What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Real People, Real Superhero, episode 2. I'm with my guy, Steven.
What's up?
So, Steven, I know we go way back. We go from elementary to present day right now. What do you do?
What I do, I sell real estate. Help families get into homes, sell their homes, get out of bad situations, get into good ones. That's what I do, man. I help people.
I know there's probably a common question to everybody because we both look young when we're really kind of old. How old are you?
22, about to turn 23.
So you're 22 selling houses.
22, yeah.
So going back, let's go back real quick. What was your first kind of career?
When I was cutting hair for a while. I was cutting hair. I've been cutting hair since I was in the 6th grade. I got into the barbershop when I was 15. I pretty much got out when I was 18. Got into real estate, and that was it.
So when you cutting hair at what age?
I started cutting hair in the 6th grade. I don't know how old that is.
You was probably like 14.
No, 6th grade. I don't know, man.
But you was
like
young.
12. It was probably like 12.
12. So by the time you was 12, you noticed that you had a skill in cutting hair, right?
Yeah, it's like my mom, at that time, my family was like kind of, rough on money, and my mom and dad was always working, so we didn't really have time to go to the barbershop. She didn't want to take us, or the money wasn't necessarily there. So my brother was cutting everyone's hair, and then one day he just stopped, and somebody else had to get started.
Yeah.
And so I just started cutting hair. I don't know how it happened, but started figuring it out.
I love it. I love it. So how much were you making at that time during middle school, high school?
I was making a decent amount of money at the time, or what I thought was decent. Yeah, I was probably making like $800, $900 a week.
A week?
Yeah.
So that's not even, people that work 30, 40 hours don't even scratch that. So you transitioned essentially from cutting hair to selling real estate, right?
What?
Cutting hair, you were cutting hair and then turning into real estate, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I got into real estate right when I turned 19. Yeah, so this is my 4th year. I'm getting ready to turn 23, 4th year in real estate. So yeah.
So how long was it from when you decided that I'm letting go of the cutting to selling houses? Like, what was that thought process like?
Yeah, so I was cutting hair for a while, and at first I was just so in love with it. I was just so excited about it. Like, at the time I was only cutting hair on the weekends at first because I was still learning how to do it, and I didn't have my license, so I couldn't really be in the barbershop too often. So I would only go in on the busy days, which is the weekends. And after a while, I started, kind of falling out of love with it. It became more like something I was forced to do. I don't like being forced to do things, I guess. And I was cutting my friend here, John. You did the first episode.
First episode. Go watch that. Go watch that right now.
He's my brother. And, I remember him coming in the barbershop one week and was like, man, I just wrote up like 10 contracts, and I don't know why he wanted me to get in real estate. I don't understand. Maybe he saw something in me, but I was like, wow, that seemed like a lot of money. You write up 10 deals, you know what I mean? And it sounded real good. Now I just felt like there was more out for me. I felt like that was the best I was gonna be, and I wanted to go for more. I wanted to go for gold.
So what was the requirement to get to there? Like, I know there's a price to pay for every transition. So how much did you have to pay to get into that real estate?
Yeah, at the time I was, like I said, cutting hair, and then one day I was just like, I was going to school at the same time, and one day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start cutting hair from home. I'm not gonna go to school anymore. I'm gonna go into real estate with John. And at the time I had maybe $2,000 in my pocket, $2,000 to my name. I still had a skill, like a little side job I can make some extra cash on, but That wasn't much. But anyways, it cost $1,500 basically to get started in real estate. That's all the fees to join the company, whatever. And I only had $2,000. I was like, you know what? I want it, and I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna invest what I got into it, and like, what I gotta lose?
Yeah. So you put in that 1,500.
Yeah, I put it in, and you know, took the chance.
So you realized that the risk of it was maybe going back to cutting hair, but you looked at the reward more so, right? Like you focused on linear focus. I'm gonna sell houses. I'm gonna be able to make more than what I'm doing as far as cutting hair, right?
Yeah.
Is that where you're thinking like your mindset was at?
Yeah.
So what made you like? I know you said that leap of faith was just knowing that you didn't want to feel like it was work to you, but that process of taking that leap, was it scary?
Yeah, it was scary. And you know what it is? It's like, it's not that I didn't want it to feel like work, but I wanted to figure out my potential. I wanted to get closer to my potential. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I felt like at the time there was more out there for me. I felt like I had to go and figure it out. I had to discover what that was. Like that, I guess that's something that's always been a part of me. Like I wanted to figure out more and more of my potential. I wanted to just peel the layers back.
I love it. So there's a question that I always ask the superheroes that come into the show and the podcast is, what is your superpower?
What's my superpower?
Yeah. And why?
I'm a fighter.
So what do you mean by that?
What I mean by it? You know, it's like, if I really want it, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Like, since I got into real estate, all my life I've been a fighter. The only thing I've ever kind of been good at is cutting hair.
Yeah.
You know, I've always had to fight to get to what I want. I always had it. That's just how I was brought up. You know what I mean?
It wasn't
like,
on a silver platter. It wasn't.
My mom and dad my dad came to America with his brother, no English, no money, just a shirt on his back, and they created something. I was built off of this, like,
mentality.
Like, I got to fight if I want to get to where I want to go. I got to fight. Like, even if the odds are stacked against me, I'm a fighter.
Yeah. So when you fight, you're not going in there thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna lose." That's not the mentality that you're going in, right? Because there's people that they swing, they work hard, they do what they got to do, but yet they don't put up a good fight.
Yeah. When I got into real estate, there was no plan B. There was no plan B. I wasn't going back to cutting hair. Like that wasn't even in my mind. Most people have a plan B, but the problem with that is if you have a plan B, that means plan A ain't working.
Work. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
So you've already halfway quit through that.
Yeah.
Or halfway, if you're lucky, you probably 90% gone, foot out the door, 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
Like, there's no plan B. It's only plan A. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
Backstage, we was talking, and you said that if real estate wasn't gonna work, what were you gonna do? Like, we talked about this behind backstage. So what were you gonna do if that didn't work?
Man, I remember, like, you know, last year was the first year that was starting to get good for me. You know, like, I struggled for a long time in real estate. Like, talking to people, ironically, like, I'm not like the best person at talking. I'm more like an introvert. I don't even like saying that anymore because it's just a title people put on you.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't come natural to me. And I got into a business where you have to talk to people, ironically. You know what I mean? Like, people used to, when I was working with John, people used to think I was like a mute because I didn't talk. But, you know, I guess I'm still working on it. I'm just building these skills for that. But anyways, I was struggling for a long time, maybe like the first 3 years in real estate. Like I said, the first year was good for me last year. And I remember going into the office with John and we were having like a team meeting and I'm like, bro, like I got a car payment, like I'm underwater right now. I got these toll bills, like it was crazy. And every day I was going home, my mom was yelling at me, like, go back to cutting hair, or you gotta pay these toll bills. But I ain't have no money. So I was like, I would come in the office and I like pour it all on John,
Yes.
which I shouldn't have done. But anyways, I was like, bro, if I can't put a deal together within 30 days, like I gotta quit. Like I gotta go back to cutting hair, and I gotta move out of Orlando. I know a barbershop in I don't know, by Deltona, some by the beach, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, because I can't be a quitter. I can't quit and then everybody know I quit. I was like, I'm just gonna have to leave Orlando. like I'm getting out of here if I gotta quit. And anyways, I ended up going, like 30 days went by, and John was like, bro, I don't care, whatever it takes, you're not quitting.
Yeah.
You're not quitting. He was like, I don't care if I gotta pay your car payment. You're not quitting. And man, I'm thankful that he ain't let me quit. I probably wouldn't go quit anyways.
Right.
But thankful for people like him, people like you that, you know, keep pushing me, you know, keep my head right when I'm down, and just keep me going, man. Keep me excited.
So you a fighter. That's your superpower.
I'm a fighter.
So on the flip side, we all have weaknesses. Some of us don't admit to it, but when we're superhuman, when we really realize that we have an ability that a lot of people don't have, it comes with some weaknesses. So what is your weakness, or what are you afraid of? Either or.
What's my weakness? My weakness is just consistency. You know, finishing things that I start.
Okay.
You know.
What do you mean by that? Is it like a book? Is it just hitting your goals and then like?
You know, it's like I said about I just get so excited about things. Like I guess, like I'll listen to a book and like it just like
yeah.
I need to go, and then so I'll try to pick up all these things and like try to take on too much, like and end up falling short and everything. You know what I mean? It's like a jack of all trades is the master of none.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the same thing. It's like, but I want to get in the habit of, I'm working on it, get in the habit of finishing things that I start.
I love it. And what are you doing right now to get that fixed, or adding value to yourself as far as not finishing things? What are you doing to change that?
You know, I heard Grant Cardone. Excuse me. I heard Grant Cardone say something the other day. I heard Grant Cardone say something the other day, and it was just like, get in the habit of finishing things that you start. You know, and like when you, like anything, like finish it. And because when you get in the habit of that, and then you kind of like, if there's a day where you don't finish something, then it kind of starts eating at you.
Yes.
Eating at you a lot.
I feel that a lot.
Because I think many of us, like, we got these things we want to do, these inventions, these goals, and many people, they quit on them. And you know, thankfully, like I'm going after the important things. I'm going after a lot of things, or like the things that mean most to me. But there's other things that are important to me that I'm kind of falling short on. But long story short is, man, I think a lot of people just like quit 3 feet short of goal, like right before they get to where they want to go.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I think he need to tell this story. There's a story that he mentioned to me, and I think you need to tell the story to the people that are listening and the people that are watching. Tell them the story about the guy, man, that sold.
Yeah, the guy that sold. There's this story about a guy who like pretty much like bought a mine somewhere, and he was digging for gold because they knew there was a lot of gold there. And obviously there was no like thing back in the day to figure out like where the gold was or whatever. I don't know if there is, but anyways, he bought this land and he was digging for gold, digging, and it was like every day he'll go and put in this work, and he just got so frustrated that he was like, you know what? Like, I guess he ran out of money. He just quit and was like, there's no gold here. So he ended up selling the lot or whatever, selling the land, selling the mine, and somebody else came in, dug 3 feet, and hit gold.
All that work
that guy put in, all that time, all that effort, and he was just 3 feet short of gold. And I think a lot of people do that. Like, even I, like, quit
do the same thing.
right before
that breakthrough,
right before the breakthrough. And like,
right till you smash your goal, you just
success is often right before Right after all the trials and tribulations you've been through, right before you about to quit, just keep pushing.
It's like running a mile. Like you taste, like when you work hard and you taste that little, like that blood, or when you taste that grit, you're like, oh yeah. After I get past this, it's easy. And a lot of us, we give up right when that happens.
Right.
And we don't receive the reward. We don't receive it.
How do you receive the reward if you just quit?
You never. You never.
Right? You know what I mean?
You never. I love that. So I want to ask you a random question because this is what we all about. We transition that way. So what's in your pockets?
What's in my pockets? I got AirPods.
Second AirPods that showed up on the podcast.
I got my chapstick that I'm always losing, and I always have to buy a new one.
Oh man, that's all. Where the wallet at, man?
I got it on.
So he got
some money.
Oh, he got some money.
I got some $1 bills. You know what I'm
saying?
Some $5 bills. $5.
Okay, I see you.
If you find a 20 in here, I'm gonna pump. I'm playing.
So he's a normal person with normal things. Like we all can have all of this, right? So I want to ask you something, man. What is one thing that people do in your career or in your field that is considered a mistake?
Considered a mistake? You know, I'm still figuring things out, you know, because I feel like I'm underperforming, so I might be I am making the mistake I'm on. I feel like people are not developing themselves and not working. Like, I heard a quote from Miracle Morning the other day, and it was from Jim Rohn. It was, your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. And in any industry, I feel like we all want these things. We all want to be rich. We all want to be a millionaire. But like, what are you putting in to do that? Like there's a saying. It's like, what got me to this level? I got to this level. To get to the next level, I have to change into that person.
Right.
I have to change. I have to become a different person to get to the next level.
It's transformation.
And it's like, after I heard that quote, it was like, damn, you want all of this. You want to do all these deals. You want all this money. You want to help all these people. But like, you're not even helping yourself. You're not even making it easier on yourself by becoming better, becoming smarter.
Yes.
And I wasn't putting in the work. And so like, if you're not putting in the work, then how can you expect to have that life, to have the things you want? And I had to be real with myself. I had to look in the mirror like, man, you a punk. You a punk. You suck right now. Like, man, I have those conversations probably like every day. You know, I'm brutal with myself.
Yeah, and you literally in the mirror talking to yourself like that.
Man, I'm in the mirror. I go home. I look at my house. I'm like, man, come on, man, you better than this. Clean up. I'll be like, or like, if I wake up late, I'm like, I just like discuss it with myself. I'm like, you gotta do better, man. You gotta wake your ass up early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's no excuse.
Yeah, man. You gotta be honest with yourself.
And that's what you see as far as in your career wise, or even in lifestyle, or people that you see, they not putting in the work for themselves for personal.
People are not trying to get better. You know, it's like when I see people who are killing it in any industry, and it's like they are the master of that. They are like, I'm not the master of this yet. Like, that's why like I'm disgusted with where I'm at, because I'm disgusted with it because I'm not where I want to be.
You know what's funny that you say is the fact that every level requires a better version of yourself.
Different.
You cannot go in the game thinking like for example, Muhammad Ali, if he fought the same way for each fighter, he would not be Muhammad Ali. He had to switch it up sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, just like how you said your strength was, you're a fighter, you adapt. And that's what makes you consistent. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people, including us, we deal with this issue of, man, I'm just gonna go with it with the same personality. Like, you go with the same mindset as last year, you're gonna get the same results.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing.
You can't go in like that.
Different results.
Yeah,
that's the definition of insanity.
Insanity. Look it up. We're not lying. So I got 3 more questions, and I'm gonna let you go. Right. What is your favorite cereal or snack? I don't eat cereal.
I hardly eat breakfast. You know, like
whoa.
Yeah, like every morning I'll run into the office. I'll grab like a protein shake, and it's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, cause I'm just like trying to hurry up and get to work, hurry up and do what I gotta do. So maybe that's a mistake of mine, you know. I was telling you I'm doing a 28-day challenge with Tone Fit,
my guy.
and so he got me on this meal plan. It starts April 1st, so I'm gonna have to eat breakfast. I'm gonna have to eat breakfast and eat dinner, lunch, whatever, all my meals.
Getting right, getting your body right.
I want to get better, so I committed to my boy Tone.
Yeah, check him out. Check him out. Tone Fit.
Hey,
IG and all. I'm gonna
best,
put it down on the link below.
He got the best package for you, man. He's a genius.
So let me ask you 2 more questions.
Mm-hmm.
What is your prediction for the next 5 years for yourself?
For the next 5 years?
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Millionaire? He will. You heard how he said it. He didn't say I think I'm gonna be a millionaire. He said I will be a millionaire. So that's a whole different transition. What else do you see as far as 5 years?
My goal is to own 120 rental units.
Slow down. Oh, giving out too much. Can you? Since he said that, I need him to just drop down his IG information, his Facebook. Like, how can they contact you for just information or questions?
Yeah, it's Steven with a V, Nguyen, NGUYEN.WC.
It's probably gonna be right here next to his leg.
.WC.
I got you guys. I'm gonna put it down on the link below. I'm gonna put it down on the actual info, so you guys can go ahead and hit him up for answers or questions or anything that you guys have. So the last question I have is the parting words. And I know you said that you're a fighter. So this departing word, I want you to kind of help those who can't fight or those who lack the effort to fight anymore, because there's a lot of people, including myself, that sometimes feel like, oh man, I just can't do it no more, or I feel like giving up, and I just don't feel like I can win this fight. So what could you say to those that can't fight anymore?
Can't fight. I think if you think you can't fight, you already lost. You know what I mean? You know, it's just like,
okay,
like you gotta, there's gonna be times where you lose faith, and you just gotta remember where it is you want to go. You just gotta keep pushing, like. But the thing is, it's hard to push when you don't know where you want to go.
That's true. It's a never-ending marathon.
It's a never-ending marathon. If you got in the car, you know where you're going. You ain't gonna get in the car and not know where you're going.
That's real.
And then if you know where you're going, you're gonna get to that destination. You know what I mean? So things are gonna happen, and there's gonna be traffic. There's gonna be detours. But
that flat tire.
You gotta reroute, like we talked.
Yeah. You gotta keep pushing.
Things gonna be hard, man. You gotta remember where it is you're going. You gotta have the people around you, like the story I told earlier with John, friends like Tony, Fanzo. They gonna help you make sure you're good. And the best thing is, anything we want to do, there's people before us that have been there before. So
that's so true. That's so true.
There's
There's always somebody.
coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thank you for allowing me to take your time and just asking you questions. I know you had a long day, but I appreciate the love. So everyone, if you guys can, just show him some love. Follow him on IG. What's your IG again? What's one?
Steven Nguyen. That's spelled NGUYEN.WC.
So I need you guys to go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening, go ahead and repost this podcast. And don't forget,
if God can, we can.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Hey, don't play yourself.